Hello, welcome or welcome back, depending on if you're new here. World Watercolor Month just ended, and I did participate in all 31 days, so this is gonna be a little recap video of the whole month, I guess. If you don't know what World Watercolor Month is, it was started by Doodle Wash over on Instagram, and it is a celebration of watercolor, but also a fundraiser for the arts. I will link the official website down below so you can check it out if you want. There are prompts for every single day of the month, and you can use the prompts if you want, or you can do your own thing. As long as it's in watercolor, you're good to go. This is kind of an extra fun video for me because I started posting longer form videos here on YouTube 1 year ago and started with a recap of my 2023 World Watercolor Month prompts. So it's kind of a fun year anniversary video, which is wild to me that I've made it a year, I guess, because when I started I didn't know if I was actually gonna like doing this. So here we are a year later, and yeah, when it comes to challenges that involve making something every day, I tend to make it more manageable for myself by making smaller, quick doodles. So that's what I did last year, and that is also what I did this year. And this year, I swapped out a couple of the prompts for food prompts from a different challenge that I was also participating in that had some overlap. So I just used whatever prompt that I liked better that day. But for the most part, I did end up doing the World Watercolor Month prompts. Like last year, I did most of these prompts as quick, more doodle images, because otherwise I get pretty overwhelmed and it becomes not fun for me. For the most part, aside from a couple of specific pieces where I had a little bit more time that day, I made most of these within like 5 or 10 minutes. You know, we're not doing anything complicated here. And it was fun. I enjoy challenges. I like stretching myself creatively and, you know, challenging myself to create based on prompts that, you know, I didn't choose myself. I also really like challenges like this because during the course of them, not only am I, you know, growing as an artist and experimenting in new ways, I am also finding other people through these challenges that I like to follow and like to see other people's art and find new people in, you know, the various social spaces that I'm in. That's always a fun sort of community part of these challenges, and part of why I think they're worth it and like participating in a lot of them, even if they get a little overwhelming, and by the end of them I'm kind of ready for them to be over. So anyway, here's the pieces. For day one, we have pattern, and this is one of my favorite watercolor exercises to do when I want something mindless to work on. So this came straight to my head when I saw what the prompt was. This one is one of my favorite pieces from this month, not only just because I like the way the colors looked and, you know, it was fun to make, but also I usually try not to fixate on statistics and numbers and, you know, followers, subscribers, viewers, that kind of thing. I do, of course, look at them and pay attention to them, but I try not to fixate on them. But I have to mention this because before this month, I had never had a video reach over 40K people, and it was just one singular video from a couple months ago that reached that number, and I think I had one 20K video a couple weeks later, but those are like the farthest reach that I have ever had. This video that I had made to go along with this piece reached over 115K people on Instagram, which is definitely a really fun milestone for me. Again, like I said before, I try not to pay too much attention to it, but it feels really cool to have had that happen, and, you know, it's all the whims of the algorithm. But anyway, this one, it felt like, you know, we were starting off strong in a way. Day 2 was a rush. This one was a quick thing that popped into my head, and you know, I like the way that it came out. I was considering making this into some sort of sticker. I still might. I might do a digital version though, just because I want the lines to be cleaner. I don't know, I haven't decided yet. Day 3 is Turn. This one, the first thing that came into my mind for this was the board game Sorry, which was one of my favorites growing up, so that's where my mind went for this one. Signal on day 4 was one of the first times I swapped out for one of the food prompts. So I don't know, the prompt for this day was banana, and I said I was gonna do that instead, so I did banana. Patch, I spent a little more time on this one just because it was fun for me. I think that I could have done the contrast better. There should have been a better mix of contrasts in here, but it was a fun concept and it was fun to make. Rusty was another one where I switched out for the food. The prompt for that day was burger and fries, so that's a quick doodle there. And then, oh, actually bring this right back because Study was another one where I did a food one instead of the prompt. Feather I made in my travel journal because I was not home when I was making these, and then I ended up doing 2 of them just because I was having fun. Trunk is another one of my favorites from this month. I was really happy with how this one came out. It did take slightly longer, again, not anything super complicated, but I liked the way it looked and it came out kind of how I was picturing in my mind, so that's always fun. Now the next 2, Buried and Huddle, were also made on the go. These were done in the airport and they were done with a water brush instead of with my normal paint brushes because I didn't want to dig out all of my supplies while I was at the terminal, so I was working on with minimal space here and pulled out the water brushes. I do like how they came out for the whole not using my typical supplies or a real table situation, and they were fun, easy way to pass the time while I was waiting for my flight. Instead of scratch, I did cupcake, which was another one of the food prompts. So I think this one was the last food prompt that I did in here. For arch, I do like how this one came out. I took a little longer on it just because I like making landscapes. This is from Arches National Park. I do really want to go here. It's on my list of places I want to hike for sure. This one immediately popped into my mind, and I know that it definitely was the first thing on a few other people's minds as well, because I saw quite a few of these paintings in the hashtag after this day was over. For spiral, we have this little shell here. Then for vitamin, we have these little oranges. Quick and fun doodle. I think I didn't have a lot of time that day, so I was like, oh great, I know what I'm doing for this. And then for fiber, I did yarn. This one was also a fun, quick one. And if you're wondering why some of these were on cutout pieces of paper and some of them were in this sketchbook, the answer is that I used whatever I felt like that day. There is no real... I think most of the food ones were in here, but I didn't really do that consciously. I just kind of reached for whatever I wanted to at the time. After fiber was plant, I did this little leaf. This leaf is from a photo I took at a friend's house. She has an incredible amount of very lovely looking plants, and one of them had this leaf where it was just so perfect looking and yet so fun shaped. So I was like, hey, I'm taking a picture of your leaf, thanks. And when I saw this prompt for this day, I was like, well, guess that's what I took that photo for. Next is record, or I guess record, depending on how you decided to interpret it. I did record. Next is widen. I decided to do a wide little cat because I like cats. If you watched my recap video from 2023, most of my prompts from last year, or maybe not most, but a good amount of them were cat themed. So I felt like I had to do at least one cat during this whole month. For striped, since I had so much fun doing stripes for day one, I decided to bring this back with another color. So that's that. Also fun. I really like how some of the granulation came out in this. Then after that we have filter. So went with a coffee filter. A nice little coffee situation here. Then we have pull, and for some reason the first thing that popped into my mind here was a cheese pull. So I decided to do a grilled cheese, and I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to make it look like it was supposed to look. I think it's fine. It could be better, but I had fun. For title, I did a quick little beach scene. Next we have effervescent. So I have a little glass of champagne. I liked the way that this one came out. I was thinking I might do a digital version too for a sticker or something at some point. I've wanted to do a drink collection for a while. Whether that'll be in watercolor or digital, I haven't decided yet, but we'll see. Maybe it'll be a mix of both. For luminous, we did a quick little night sky. I was definitely short on time this day, so I didn't do anything complicated for it. Brought out some of the blues that I like. I actually kind of like the way that the ultramarine separated out in here, just texture wise. This paper that I'm using for the ones that are separate is B paper. It's 100% cotton, but it's only 200 GSM, so it handles water fairly well, but it does warp pretty easily, and it's not the best 100% cotton paper, but it is better than not using 100% cotton paper in my mind. After luminous, we have global. Let me put that the right way up. Just did a little sunset plain window. It's a fun, quick scene to do. Next we have obstacle. Did this little traffic cone. I love traffic cones. Actually, this is not the first time that I've painted one. I painted one that I made into a sticker a while ago, or I think also on like t-shirts and stuff, but I don't know, I just like them. So for sweet, I'm actually going to put an image in here because I don't have the original anymore. I painted one of my friend's dogs for her birthday, and I am so happy with how it came out. I haven't tried to do any sort of real piece for someone involving an animal in a while, and I haven't done a ton of them in general. Obviously, this is not a doodle. You know, I did a whole test piece, and then I spent a lot of time trying to make this look good enough for me to want to give it to another person as a gift. I don't have the original here anymore to show you, but this is the literal sweetest dog ever. And that's what I chose to use for today's prompt. I kind of co-opted it, decided to use it for multiple purposes since I was painting it anyway. So actually, I guess you could say this is definitely one of my favorite pieces from this month. The next one is Serenity. So here's a quick little sunset scene. And then for deck, I went with obviously not a full deck of cards, but that was kind of where my mind went for this. I was thinking about doing a house deck, like a porch or something, but I don't know. I kind of wanted to do cards. And then last but not least, we have shell. So here's some fun little shell doodles. So yeah, that's it. That's all 31 days. Like I said earlier, I have fun doing these challenges, so I like doing them, but at the same time, July was a really busy month for me personally. I had a lot of really fun things that I was able to do and a couple of trips that I took, and I have a lot of reference photos that I've been really itching to paint. I have some really incredible photos from Utah, from when I went hiking in Park City, and I'm so excited to paint those, but haven't had the time because I have been painting these every day and editing them and posting them on all of the places. So I had fun and I really enjoyed it, and I love participating in this month, but I am ready to be doing other things and to feel like I can spend some more time on pieces and just catch up on some of the other things that have been inspiring me lately and that I've wanted to get to. If you've made it this far, thanks. I really appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more from me. Let me know down below if you participated in World Watercolor Month, or if you don't like participating in challenges. If you did do World Watercolor Month, I would love to hear if you did every day, or if you did your own prompts, or what you thought of the prompts if you did use them, which ones were your favorite. Let me know down below in the comments. If you've been here for a whole year since I started, I love you. It's crazy to think that I have been putting out longer videos for a year now. It doesn't really feel like that, but also it kind of does, I guess, because I wasn't doing as many when I first started them last year. It's been a lot of fun experimenting, and we'll see where it goes next, I guess. Keep an eye out for my Utah paintings. They'll be coming soon, and I will see you in the next one.